Whispers of the Heart, Chapter 2. The morning sun poured through the window of Elara's cozy rental cottage, illuminating the soft hues of the walls and casting a warm glow around the room. The smell of salt water drifted in from the nearby ocean, mingling with the scent of freshly brewed coffee. Elara took a moment to savor her surroundings, the familiarity wrapping around her like a comforting blanket. Today was a new beginning, and she could feel the excitement bubbling within her. After a quick breakfast, she grabbed her camera and notebook, eager to explore the town she had longed for during her years away. The promise of inspiration danced in her mind as she set out, her heart light and hopeful. As she strolled down the cobblestone streets, she felt as if the town were welcoming her back with open arms. Flowers spilled from the window boxes, their vibrant colors painting a cheerful picture against the backdrop of the whitewashed buildings. Locals greeted her with friendly smiles, their faces familiar yet changed, just as she had transformed during her time away. Elara made her way to Main Street, where the quaint shops lined the road, each one filled with unique treasures and stories waited to be uncovered. Her footsteps guided her toward the small art gallery she had spotted the day before, drawn by an invisible thread of curiosity and inspiration. The bell above the door chimed softly as she entered, and she was immediately enveloped by the warmth of the space. The walls were adorned with stunning artworks, paintings that seemed to breathe life and emotion. Each piece told a story, echoing the feelings that resonated within Elara's heart. She wandered through the gallery, her fingers grazing the frames as she absorbed the beauty around her. "Welcome! It's great to see new faces in here," a cheerful voice greeted her from behind the counter. It was a woman with curly hair and a bright smile, exuding an aura of warmth and enthusiasm. "Hi, I'm Elara. I just moved back to town," she replied, feeling a sense of belonging wash over her. "That's wonderful. I'm Sarah, the gallery owner. If you need any recommendations or have questions about the artwork, just let me know." Elara smiled back, her heart swelling with gratitude for friendly encounter. "Thank you, Sarah. I'm actually looking for inspiration for my writing and photography." Sarah's eyes sparkled with excitement. "You've come to the right place. This town has a rich artistic history. I can show you around or introduce you to some local artists if you're interested." "I'd love that," Elara replied, feeling the thrill of possibility, especially if one of them is the artist behind that stunning ocean painting. She gestured toward the large canvas that had captivated her the day before. "Oh, that's Liam's work," Sarah exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. "He's incredibly talented. You should meet him. He often hangs out in the back studio." Elara's heart skipped a beat at the mention of Liam's name. "I actually met him yesterday," she admitted, a shy smile creeping onto her face. "He was so passionate about his art." "Passionate is an understatement. Liam puts his heart and soul into every piece. Come, I'll take you to his studio." As they walked through the gallery, Sarah shared stories about the artists whose works adorned the wall. Elara listened intently, feeling a kinship with the creative souls who poured their emotions into their art, just as she did with her writing and photography. They stepped into a small room at the back of the gallery where sunlight streamed through large windows, illuminating the vibrant chaos of paints, brushes, and canvases scattered around. Elara's breath caught in her throat at the sight. It was a true artist's sanctuary. Liam stood at an easel, his brow furrowed in concentration as he worked on a new painting. He wore a paint-stained apron over a simple white shirt, his dark hair tousled and messy. The sight of him completely immersed in his craft sent a thrill through Elara. "Liam," Sarah called out, breaking his focus. "Come meet a new friend." He turned, a smile spreading across his face when he saw Elara. "Elara, I didn't expect to see you here." "I came looking for inspiration," she replied, her voice steady, despite the flutter in her chest. "Sarah was just telling me you're a writer and a photographer," he said, stepping closer. "That's amazing. I'd love to hear about your work." Elara felt a warmth spread through her at his interest. "I'm hoping to capture the beauty of his town and its stories through my writing and photography. It's a bit daunting, but I'm excited to dive in." Liam nodded, his expression thoughtful. "This town has a soul of its own. It breathes creativity. You'll find inspiration in every corner." His eyes sparkled with enthusiasm, igniting a fire within her. Maybe we could collaborate sometime, Elara suggested, surprising herself with her boldness. I'd love to incorporate your art into my writing. Liam's smile widened, and he glanced at Sarah, who wore a knowing look. I'd be honored. Art and words often go hand in hand, don't you think? Yes, they do, Elara agreed, her heart racing at the prospect of working together. I feel like there's a story behind every brushstroke. Absolutely, he replied, moving closer to his easel. This one, for instance, is inspired by a dream I had about the ocean. It's not finished yet, but it feels like it's coming alive. Elara stepped closer to the canvas, captivated by the swirling colors that seemed to evoke the ebb and flow of the tide. It's beautiful. It feels so alive, as if it's whispering secrets of the sea. Liam's gaze met hers, and for a moment the world around them faded away. You understand the language of art, he said softly, his voice low and sincere. That's rare. Elara felt a rush of warmth at his compliment, the connection between them palpable. Thank you. I've always believed that art has the power to communicate feelings that words often fail to express. As they discussed the nuances of art and creativity, Elara found herself losing track of time. The way Liam spoke about his work, his passion evident in every word, ignited something within her, a sense of possibility that she hadn't felt in years. I'd love to take some photographs of you while you work, Elara suggested, her excitement bubbling to the surface. Capturing the creative process could add depth to my story. I'd be happy to, Liam replied, his eyes brightening at the idea. It would be interesting to see how your perspective translates through your lens. Elara's heart danced at the thought of their collaboration. Let's set a date then. Why not today? Liam suggested with a playful grin. I can use the break from painting and the light is perfect right now. Elara felt a rush of excitement at his proposal. Yes, that sounds amazing. With a renewed sense of purpose, they stepped outside into the golden afternoon sun. Elara adjusted her camera, feeling the familiar weight settle comfortably in her hands. The world around her felt vibrant, alive with possibility. Just be yourself, she encouraged Liam, her heart racing as she began to capture candid moments of him, lost in thought, paintbrush in hand. Each click of the shutter felt like magic, freezing moments in time that had held so much promise. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Elara couldn't help but feel a deepening connection with Liam. Their laughter echoed across the beach, mingling with the sound of waves crashing on the shore. Okay, now I want to see what you've captured, Liam said, peering over her shoulder as they reviewed the photos. You have a talent for finding beauty in everything. Elara felt a warm blush spread across her cheeks. Thank you. It's all about perspective, I suppose. You should inspire me. Liam's gaze lingered on her for a moment longer than necessary, and Lara's heart raced as she met his gaze. The world around them faded, leaving just the two of them standing in the glow of the setting sun, the air charged with unspoken possibilities. As darkness began to fall, they reluctantly parted ways, but not before exchanging numbers and promising to meet again. Elara walked back to her cottage, a smile playing on her lips and a fluttering excitement in her chest. Today had been a turning point, a reminder that life was full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises were exactly what the heart needed. If you like this chapter of Whispers of the Heart, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to share and follow. And stay tuned for Chapter 3 of Whispers of the Heart.